Welcome to the Immigrant in Law channel. Do you work remotely, earn your income in dollars, but live in a country with a high cost of living? Or maybe you are just planning a move and are looking for a country where your income will allow you to live comfortably, travel, and save? Today we'll look at where in the European Union it is cheaper to live, while maintaining the level of service, medicine, and safety. We will consider the countries of the European Union, with full access to the Schengen space, the rights of residents, and a stable legal system. A remote professional paid in dollars, euros, or pounds is a person whose purchasing power is often higher than the average in most European countries, especially in the southeastern and central EU countries, where domestic economies are still catching up to Western standards and prices for housing and services remain noticeably lower. Such specialists include programmers, designers, marketers, analysts, copywriters, consultants, project managers, and teachers. The common feature is that they are not tied to an office, work for international companies, or as freelancers, and are paid directly from the USA, Canada, the UK, or the EU. Why is this important? Because with a stable currency income, you have a unique window of opportunity. Live in a country with a low cost of living, rent good housing for reasonable money, use quality medicine, eat better, travel more, and stress less. This is the model that is increasingly being called geo-arbitrage, when you receive at the rates of developed countries, but spend in more accessible regions without losing your standard of living. And it is in the EU that you can find such countries today. It is important to understand, we are not talking about temporary vacations or living on a black visa. We are talking about legal, long-term life in the European Union, with all the rights of a resident, access to the healthcare system, the ability to open an account, arrange housing, and obtain citizenship. If you already live in a major metropolitan area and spend most of your income on rent, transportation, insurance, and food, moving to a more affordable EU country can literally double or triple your standard of living. Many remote professionals consider Latin America, Southeast Asia, or the Middle East for relocation. But the European Union remains one of the most attractive regions to live in for a number of reasons, especially if you're looking for stability as well as low prices. The EU is more than just geography. It's legality and predictability, clear rules of the game, protected rights for residents, a judicial system that works in the interests of citizens and immigrants, high level of medicine and infrastructure, from transportation and internet to hospitals, schools, and social services, free movement within Schengen countries, the ability to travel without borders, without additional visas and permits, clear tax and migration system. You can register a sole proprietorship, pay taxes, and officially reside in the country, receiving medical care and banking services. In addition, many EU countries have simplified procedures for freelancers, entrepreneurs, and professionals working for foreign markets. More and more countries introduce digital nomad visas and offer flexible ways to legalization. However, it is important to realize that not all EU countries are the same in terms of cost of living. If in Germany or the Netherlands the rent of an apartment can exceed 1,500 euros per month, in other EU countries you can live comfortably on this money for the whole month, taking into account rent, food, transportation, and insurance. Bulgaria is one of the most affordable countries in the European Union. At the same time, the country is part of Schengen by air and sea from 2024, which means you get access to free movement around Europe while keeping costs extremely low. Key benefits: lowest cost of living in the EU for 2025. Income tax is only 10%, one of the most favorable in Europe for both individuals and sole proprietorships. A one-room apartment in Sofia, Plovdiv, or Varna can be rented for 250 to 400 euros per month. Cheap and quality products, especially local ones. Vegetables, fruits, dairy products. Public transportation, from 80 cents to 1 euros per trip. Internet, fast and stable. Average cost, about 10-15 euros per month. Features for remote workers. English is common in the IT environment and in tourist cities, but in small towns may require knowledge of Bulgarian. Healthcare is budget, but not always at the level of Western Europe. Private insurance is recommended for a comfortable life. Large Russian-speaking community, especially in Varna and Burgas. Nature and climate are similar to Southern Europe. Mountains, sea, mild winters. Living wage, from 800 euros per month, including rent, food, transportation, and basic insurance. To who is suitable for? Those who want to live in the EU at minimal cost, run a business or work remotely, without unnecessary bureaucracy. Particularly suitable for frugal and self-sufficient professionals who want a balance between quality of life and cost. Romania is one of the most underrated countries in the EU in terms of remote work. In recent years, it has become a real center of attraction for digital specialists and IT companies due to the combination of low prices, developed infrastructure, and quality internet. Advantages for remote workers: active digital community, especially in Bucharest, Cluj-Napoca, Timișoara, and Iași. One of the fastest and most stable internet connections in Europe. Average speeds are often higher than in Germany or France. Inexpensive rentals, from 300 euros in Bucharest, 400 to 450 euros in the center of major cities. Modern co-working centers, conferences, startup incubators. A large number of young professionals who know English. Remote working format is widespread even within the country, so the approach to the digital sphere is adapted and understandable. Life and expenses. Prices for products and services are moderate. A full food basket, about 250 euros per month. Public transportation, 15-25 euros per month. Coffee in a cafe, 1 to 1.5 euros. Dinner in a restaurant, from 7-10 euros. Private medicine is actively developing. Private insurance is recommended, from 50 to 80 euros per month. Taxes. It takes a few weeks to register a sole proprietorship, PFA. Income tax for freelancers is 10% plus social contributions if a certain income is exceeded. Living wage, from 900 euros per month with a comfortable life and renting a one-room apartment. To whom is suitable for? Romania is ideal for those who work in IT, marketing, design, development, and appreciate the developed technological infrastructure. If it is important for you to be in a country with a young, digital mindset, fast internet and moderate costs, Romania is one of the best choices in the EU. Hungary is a country that combines the atmosphere of Central Europe, reasonable prices, and access to a fulfilling life in the EU. Budapest is particularly popular among remote professionals, a city with beautiful architecture, developed infrastructure, good transportation, and an ever-growing international community. Advantages for remote living. Budapest is a dynamic, modern European city with access to quality medicine, a large number of private clinics, and English-speaking doctors. Rental housing is cheaper than in Western European countries. A one-bedroom in the capital is 400-600 euros per month. Public transportation is well developed. Subway, trams, buses, travel pass, about 30-35 euros per month. Excellent urban infrastructure, supermarkets, co-working centers, cafes, bicycle paths, quality products, especially local, fruits, vegetables, meat, wine. There is a Russian-speaking and international community, active groups for expats. Taxes. It is possible to register a sole proprietorship, kata, or individual entrepreneur. Registration takes 1-2 weeks. The tax system is relatively simple. With competent registration, you can reach an effective rate of 15-20%. Medicine and service. Public medicine is available for residents, but for expats, private insurance is more often recommended, 60-80 euros per month. Services are of high quality, but queues are possible at public facilities. The private sector is much more convenient. Cost of living, from 1,000 euros per month with rent, basic expenses, and insurance. To who is suitable for? Those who want to live in a real European city with architecture, atmosphere, developed service, but at the same time spend 1.5 to 2 less than in Western Europe. Hungary is an excellent compromise between quality of life and reasonable cost. Poland is one of the most balanced EU countries for remote living. Modern infrastructure, stable economy, moderate prices. In recent years, Poland has become not only an industrial, but also an IT center of Central Europe, especially the cities of Warsaw, Krakow, Gdansk, and Wrocław. Advantages for remote workers. Affordable rent, a one-room apartment in Krakow, Lodz, or Poznan, 400-600 euros per month. In Warsaw, from 600 to 750. Public transportation is well developed. A monthly pass is 25-35 euros. Modern medical clinics, good roads, European quality of public services. English is widespread, especially in large cities and among young people. Fast internet and availability of co-working centers, especially in university towns. Moderate food prices, wide choice of supermarkets and markets. Taxes. Quick registration of i.e. jednoosobowa działalność gospodarcza. You can do business online. Income tax. From 12% for small turnover, there are simplified tax regimes for freelancers. Medicine. Public medicine, NFZ, is available to residents with payment of fees. Private insurance from 50-100 euros per month gives access to quality services without waiting. In major cities, there are many private clinics with English-speaking staff. Cost of living, from 1,100 euros per month, including rent, food, insurance, and transportation. Who is suitable for? Those who want to live in the EU legally and stably, with access to a strong economy, good medicine, and the opportunity to develop professionally. Poland is an excellent option for those who are looking for reliability, convenience, and the prospect of long-term residence. Slovenia is a small but very comfortable country to live in the center of Europe. It is a member of the EU and Schengen zone, characterized by a high level of security, clean ecology, and stable economy. It combines alpine nature, modern cities, and access to all the advantages of Europe. Benefits for remote workers, a safe, peaceful, and well-maintained country with a high quality of life. Perfect location, borders with Austria, Italy, Hungary, and Croatia, easy weekend getaway. Excellent ecology, access to mountains, lakes, and the sea. The Adriatic is only 1.5 hours from Ljubljana. High level of medicine, both state system and private clinics. Developed transportation network and digital infrastructure. The locals are friendly. The level of English is above average, especially among young people. Taxes. Registration of a sole proprietorship takes 1-2 weeks. The process is clear and orderly. The tax rate for small business is from 20%. There are simplified regimes. The state is strict about compliance with formalities, but in return offers predictability and stability. Life and expenses. Rent for a one-room apartment in Ljubljana from 550 to 700 euros, cheaper in other cities. Groceries, quality, lots of local produce, prices are moderate. Private health insurance from 80-100 euros per month. Public transportation, bicycle infrastructure, cleanliness and order at a high level. Living wage from 1,200 to 1,300 euros per month with a comfortable life. To who is suitable for? Those who appreciate order, cleanliness, personal space and proximity to the alpine and Mediterranean nature. Slovenia is an ideal choice for introverts, lovers of outdoor activities, family professionals, and those who want to live in Europe without chaos and overcrowding. Portugal is one of the most popular EU countries among digital nomads and remote professionals. This destination is especially attractive for those who appreciate the mild climate, ocean, relaxed rhythm of life, and at the same time want to stay within the legal framework of the European Union. Advantages for remote workers: mild Atlantic climate, warm winters, not too hot summers. Large international community of remote professionals, especially in Lisbon, Porto, and Madeira. High level of personal safety, open culture, and friendly population. Developed infrastructure for living and working. Co-working centers, fast internet, international services, active English-speaking environment, especially among young people and in tourist areas. Excellent cuisine, sea, wineries, the opportunity to live close to nature without giving up urban comfort. Flexible tax system. There is a favorable tax regime for new residents, NHR. Life and expenses. Rent, a single-bedroom apartment in Lisbon, from 7 to 900 euros. In Porto, from 600. In popular neighborhoods, there is an increase in prices, especially for rent. But in the regions, Alentejo, central Portugal, more affordable. Food is fresh and inexpensive, especially fish and fruits. Private insurance, from 80 to 120 euros per month. State medicine, quality, but there may be queues. Living wage, from 1,300 euros per month with reasonable expenses, and rent an apartment outside the tourist center. To whom would be suitable? Those who want to combine a European standard of living with sea, sunshine, and a relaxed atmosphere. Portugal is the ideal option for those who are tired of the cold, fuss, and want to live a slower life, but with quality and legal status. Living in the EU legally is quite realistic, even for those who work remotely. Most countries of the European Union offer flexible formats for digital specialists, whether it is registration of a sole proprietorship, business immigration, a special visa for remote workers, or study with the right to work part-time. The main ways of legalization for remote specialists: residence permit for freelancing or opening a sole proprietorship, for example, in Poland, Romania, Slovenia; digital nomad visa, a special visa for those who work remotely and can prove income, for example, in Portugal; business residence permits when registering a company and paying taxes; study residence permit plus part-time work, relevant for young professionals and students, especially in Hungary and Poland; passive income or financial independence. In some countries, such as Slovenia or Portugal, you can legalize if you have a stable income and funds in an account. Simplified path to citizenship. In Slovenia, Romania, and Bulgaria, we offer our clients assistance in obtaining citizenship under a simplified program. Each of these countries has legally established procedures which subject to certain conditions. For example, proof of origin, historical ties, ethnicity, long-term legal residence, etc., which allow to accelerate the acquisition of citizenship, to avoid a long phase of permanent residence, to keep your current passport. In most cases, dual citizenship is allowed. We accompany our clients at all stages, from the assessment of chances to the submission of documents and obtaining a passport. If it is important for you not just to live in the EU but to obtain a full-fledged civil status, these countries are among the best options on the map of Europe. Leave a request for a free consultation with immigrant-in-law lawyers. All contacts are given in the description below this video. Choosing a country to move to is not just about money. It's about lifestyle, priorities, the rhythm that suits you, and the outlook for years to come. To make sure you don't make a mistake, start with the simplest but most important questions. What kind of climate do you prefer? If you like sun, ocean, and mild winters, consider Portugal. If you prefer a temperate or mountainous climate with distinct seasons, Slovenia, Poland, or Romania may suit you. Climate is a factor that affects your daily well-being and mood. What is your budget for living? How much are you willing to spend per month to live comfortably and not trying to survive? Bulgaria and Romania are the most affordable in terms of cost of living. Portugal and Slovenia are more expensive but offer other benefits. Consider not only your current income, but also the possibility of increasing it in the new environment. Do you need a developed expat community and co-working spaces? If the environment is important to you, people, connections, networking, events, English-speaking environment, it is better to choose cities with an active digital community. Lisbon, Budapest, Cluj-Napoca, Warsaw, Ljubljana. When you are alone abroad, it is easy to lose motivation, especially at the start. How fast do you want to get a residence permit? In some countries, legalization takes 2-3 weeks. In others, it can take months. If you want to act quickly and clearly, pay attention to countries with well-established procedures: Poland, Bulgaria, Slovenia. And finally, think about why you are moving. Is it a temporary solution for a change of scenery? Or do you want to build a new life in Europe with the prospect of citizenship, family, business, stability? Remote work gives you freedom, and today you can actually live in Europe, earning an income in dollars, euros, or pounds. The key is to choose a country that suits your lifestyle, budget, and goals. Bulgaria, Romania, and Slovenia are the countries where we can help you not only legalize, but also get you on the path to citizenship faster than is possible in most other European countries. This is a real chance for those who want not just to change countries, but to find a full-fledged new home. Poland, Hungary, and Portugal are countries with flexible visa programs and transparent conditions for digital professionals. Each of them offers opportunities for professional growth, adaptation, and life on their own terms. If you're not sure where to start, you don't have to figure it all out on your own. Leave a request for a free consultation with Immigrant in-Law lawyers. We will choose the best relocation strategy for you, prepare all the necessary documents, explain in detail the nuances of the law, and answer all your questions. We will analyze your case, your goals, your situation, without templates. Want to learn more or start the process today? Contact us. All contacts are listed in the description below this video. We're here to help you take a confident step toward a new life. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ask your questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Discover the world of opportunities with Immigrant in-Law.